Hey everybody, good morning.
Good morning, Kritika. Good morning, guys. So I think we are good to start, right, Kritika?
Yeah, I'm ready to start, but do you think we should wait for another minute or two?
Yeah, not a problem. Let's wait for a couple of minutes and start.
Okay.
Cool.
I think we can start, Vijay. There are a lot of us who joined on time, and I want to value that.
Yeah, because I think we've got like 10 guys who've joined. So yeah,
Great,
I think we can start. And
great,
as
great.
and when people will join, they will. Yeah, we can.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Thank you,
Thank,
guys. So let's start. Yeah.
thank you so much. All right, so hi everyone, this is Kritika here. I want to quickly know how many of you are hearing from me for the first time. Oh, looks like everybody knows me. Super. So you guys know that this has to be interactive. This has to be, and well, today's topic is misconceptions about data science job search. So here I'm. You know what? This is a session where a lot of us at Greatum who have been uh, in the hiring side of it, where our learners have gotten placed. We've worked with them one on one. All of us have put our experience together, our observations together. The founders who have been in this for 3.5 years, or whatever they have understood about the industry, we have put all of that together and curated this particular session. So it's not going to be a lot of um, not a lot of pointers to learn, but definitely it's going to clear a lot of your doubts. So let's start with this. So misconceptions about data science job search. Do I need to be a master at all skills before I start applying for jobs? I would not get a job because I don't have relevant experience, or I come from a very different domain, or my background is very different. There are no entry level data science jobs for people who are just fresh out of college, non coding background. uh, they often have this feeling. Deep learning is a must to enter DS at all. Big big data technology is necessary to be able to transition into data sciences. I need to feel ready before I apply for jobs. or I just need one more project to apply. Well, believe me, all of them are a myth. All of them. I will go into each of them as to how we understand that what's the most more relevant side of it. But believe me, you don't have to be a master in all of it. Believe me, you don't have to um, wait all your life to apply for that job just because you somewhere you feel you're not ready for it. So I'll tell you at what level you will be ready to really start applying, things like that. Okay, so I need to be a master at all skills before I start applying for jobs. No. So again, this is again something I think I have spoken about earlier. Is
Kritika, you there? We can't hear you, Kritika. Hello.
oh,
Yeah.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Now it's clear.
Oh, sorry about that. All right. So, yeah, I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying job descriptions. So, a lot of companies are still trying to experiment. A lot of companies are still trying to figure out on their own whether, what part of data science are they going to use? Are they ready to innovate? Do they really want you to just join them for the application side of it? So they themselves are not very clear about it. So when it comes to putting a job description together, maximum times, like majority of time that I have seen, they have just copy pasted the job description from a different company. And when you go for the job opening, you realize that the JD was all about a data scientist, but they expect you to be a data analyst, they expect you to be a business analyst, they expect you to be a data engineer, a machine learning engineer, but not a pure data scientist. So job descriptions are not clear, they're very unreal, and they also expect you to know everything under the sun. They want when they're like, okay, let me hire a data scientist who can probably do this as well as that, a typical thing that an HR would probably think. But when you really start applying for jobs, even if you know 30% of it, I would say go and apply for that job, because there's a lot of things that you will learn on the job. If it's an organization that has had data science for even some time, they will know that there is a lot that will be learned on job. There will be a lot of skills that you may not have already, but you will pick up. Yes, Krishna, it greatly depends on the company and the person that posts the job. Of course it does. uh, that is in fact all that it depends on. But this is an overall trend that we have noticed. Very few companies are clear about it, so it's okay. Don't worry. You don't have to go strictly with the JDs or with the job role title. A lot of people say, that I don't know what job role should I be applying for. Should I like stick to machine learning engineers? Should I stick to data analysts? You actually cannot. Believe me, we have had learners who have transitioned into data analyst roles and they are doing pure ML engineer work. It's as simple as that. They are just not very clear about it. And talking about the hiring companies, now what you need to know is you need to get your basics and fundamentals right and understand the concepts. You need to, like we always say, that if you know ABC, you will be able to make words and sentences out of that. So it's important for you to have your ABC in place. It's really important for you to have your concepts very clear, spick and span. And once that's there, you can start practicing, participate in hackathons. You all have coding Saturdays, right? So really get curious and do a lot of projects. Get familiar with the end-to-end workflow involved in machine learning. So when we say end-to-end, so when you really apply for a job, how do you know that you know data sciences? Through your projects, right? It's really important for you to be able to explain at least two projects end to end. So that will only come with practice. You will get some strong projects only after you've done a couple of them. So get familiar with the end-to-end workflow. And I always talk about your superpower. Identify your superpower. Once you know what is that one thing that you're really good at, when you identify, what is that one area of data science where your aptitude and your attitude both lie, then that would sorry then that would really help. So how many of you remember I have spoken about breadth and depth? Anybody here who remembers? You need to have breadth and you need to have depth. Yes, Krishna remembers. Yeah. So when we spoke about you need to have breadth, it was the same thing. You need to know all parts of data science. Like you need to know all the different touch points or all the different things that you do in data science end to end, so that you are at least able to explain the projects. And then you need to have depth in at least one side, which is your super skill, your superpower. So yeah, make sure you always remember these two things. As long as you're good with these, you're ready to apply for jobs. I don't think there should be anything stopping you. As long as you genuinely feel confident that you're, you know, ready with the basics that I spoke about. All right. So, myth number two, I will not get a job because I don't have relevant experience. I know that a lot of us have come up. Some of you have reached out to me directly and you have asked this question. Well, it's not really like that. A lot of us over here, a lot of us in the session right now, are people who come with experience. You come with a certain number of experience in a particular domain, in a particular industry. Remember, the more number of skills, the more number of years of experience, uh, it's more the skills and more the value. A lot of learners I've seen in the past have actually said that I don't want to show this particular experience. You're ready to give up on 4 years of working as a software engineer because it doesn't seem relevant? No, no, never do that. Whether it was software engineer, whether you were a professor, whether you were no whatever role you have been in, it has always been industrial experience. You have worked, you have gained some knowledge there, you know how to work in a corporate lifestyle, so many different things. You have domain knowledge. If you've been in the teaching profession, then there are a lot of soft skills that you can draw from your past experience. But don't give up on your past experience, and never think that it's not going to allow you to get a new job. If you have the right skills, the company will not care whether you have a different background or not. The only thing they will care about is how uniquely you can combine your past experience with your newly learned skills. So if you can marry them both and come up with a niche for yourself, if you can show. So I'll give you an example. There was a learner who comes from pure HR background, family business of family business of HR consulting. So he didn't understand how to transition. Then then he what he did was he married HR, which is he brought in a lot of data analytics with his into employee information, things like that, all the employee data. And he started working with organizations on better employee engagement. uh, and yeah, that was the kind of niche he created for himself. So he had immense amount of HR knowledge, and he was a very good DS student. So he brought that both together, and his company is doing really well for the unique thing that they are doing. So that is something you need to always understand. You cannot magically add experience to your resume, but you can add value to them. And the fact that you have some amount of work experience from your past is a great way to make your profile more unique. So don't give up on your past experience. Now, how can you do this right? Build the right skills. Yes, build end-to-end projects, and quality over quantity. Always, instead of trying to show 5 or 10 projects on your resume, if you can show some really strong ones, some good ones, I think 3, 4 would be really good. For people who have a lot of experience, it becomes difficult to have 4 projects as well your past experience and then limit your resume to one page. In that case, Three projects is fine, but three projects though is super minimum. You need to have three strong projects on your resume. Okay, so there are no entry level data science jobs. This is more for freshers. They're like, no, there are no fresher openings. There are no, what? Everybody wants to hire someone who has at least 2 or 3 years of experience, right? I'm sure some of you would have, if you've gone through LinkedIn jobs, you would have, you know, felt the same. But it's not true. So all these surveys that say there are more, they all say that there are more jobs in the market than there is a supply of them. And this is maybe right now in COVID situation, it's more of an equal scenario that these many jobs and these many people, but more people uh, than the jobs is not something I'll agree with, because here we're talking about the quality people. Here we're talking about the data science people, professionals who have actually done the real hard work, who really do understand every side of it, who have done strong projects, who participated in hackathons. That would be the supply that I'm talking about. And if you're telling me there aren't enough jobs, then even in coronavirus pandemic, this whole lockdown, also I would say there are a lot of openings available. Like right now, as you guys are talking to me, open LinkedIn if you want, go to LinkedIn jobs, put in the filters you want, and you'll see so many openings that were posted within the last 24 hours. And that's how many opportunities are available. And even if organizations say that we're looking for 2+ years of experience, they do end up taking freshers if they're good with it, if they show that they have the knowledge. Majority of times these companies which have this strict filter of 2 years minimum, they always end up taking freshers. And so don't ever think that opportunities are not there. Small to mid-sized companies looking to catch hold of it. The AI bandwagon always welcome any value added to the current skill lineup, which also goes back to the upskilling part. That if you have recently upskilled, or if you're working in a startup and they are looking for a data science, trying to bring in AI into their organization, then you might want to just upskill and have an internal job posting within your company, or join another startup which is looking for something similar. So a lot of jobs, there are a lot of jobs, there are a lot of uh, nobody is hell bent on you having a lot of work experience. I've also seen people getting hired in mid senior roles, sometimes even senior roles as business analysts. But there are openings out there. Don't think there are no entry level data science jobs. So deep learning is a must. Okay, how many of you actually think deep learning is a must? Anybody? Oh, oh, that's great. Wow, this is the first time I've met data science students who don't think deep learning is a must. Okay, great, great. This is good. Um, so deep learning is, I would say, good to have. It's definitely good to have. It really helps. It's going to be. It's more like having advanced skills, but it's not a must at all. What is a must in data science is very strong programming skills and strong statistics and basics. Very strong statistics are extremely important because that helps you understand the why and how of the algorithms instead of just picking up things from the libraries. So that is more important. Those are more non-negotiables than deep learning. Deep learning, machine learning, they're, like it says on the slide, right? They're just tools to solve a problem. No tool is ever a must. It's the approach into solution that needs more focus. So yes, you need to be able to look at any business problem and convert that to a data science problem. You need, in fact, not just convert a business problem to a data science problem. You should be able to identify business problems. You should be able to look at a function in an organization and be like, you know what, I think there's a problem here. this can be solved with data science, and this can lead to better revenue, this can lead to better efficiency, this can lead to better functioning, overall. So that is the kind of approach you need to have. You need to be able to solve business problems with strong stats, strong, very, very strong programming skills, and those are the more non-negotiables. All right. And but please do understand that deep learning is something that can definitely help you grow fast. So if that's something you want to learn, go ahead and do that. Upskill yourself. Never stop upskilling yourself. Most of the industry problems are being solved. Okay, there's one more thing. I've spoken about this. Organizations are not hiring people who can innovate, who can start using new technology. And like I told you, majority of the organizations, especially startups, unless they're headed by data scientists, they are all looking for people who can apply the existing data science knowledge, who can do the analytics, who can bring in the who probably have a lot of data, and they expect you to just clean it up, make it presentable, and then start working on it and analyze things like that. They will not expect a lot of machine learning or deep learning from you. Machine learning, yes, you have to run models, but deep learning, they will not expect that from you. So it is not a non-negotiable for you to enter data sciences. But if you want to grow, definitely something you need to look at. And yeah, you will learn new skills every day at your job, literally every day. So you need to feel ready before you apply, or I just need yeah, okay. So this particular slide makes me remember so many times learners have come up and they're like, I think I need to learn a little more, I think I'm not ready yet, I think. So there are like two types of learners: some who are so ready that they will start applying for a job from the second week of joining a Grey Atom course, and then there are those who will not apply for the jobs even after they've graduated. So you will never be completely ready. Believe me, you will never be completely ready, because that just means that you have to be perfect, and that's not going to happen, right? You're going to learn majority of things on the job, so you can't wait to become perfect without really joining a job. So so you really need to prioritize here. If you think that you have done enough, enough projects, again, that goes back to, I just need one more project to apply. No, if you have at least 3 or 4 projects where you can explain things end to end, if you think you are good with your basics, your concepts are clean, you are able to apply them without having to Google much, you're not hell-bent dependent on libraries, then I think you are good to apply, right? You're ready to apply. So please be careful about this. Don't waste all the time in trying to wonder whether you're ready or not, whether you, I don't know, whether you need to get deep learning on your in your pocket, whether you want to get some more extra skills in your pocket. But having said that, even after you have started applying for jobs, make sure you keep upskilling. Yeah, make sure you keep adding more skills to your basket. Make sure you keep learning. Don't stop that. But also, that should not become a barrier for you to start, applying for jobs. Now, after all of this that I've said, please don't go and apply for jobs immediately after you've joined a Grey Atom course, because you need to have certain skills, some basic skills, some basic concepts have to be clear before you really go out there and start applying. So, and I don't want you to go and apply to an organization that has probably been a dream organization for you. You go there and then you don't get selected, and then they don't allow you to apply for another 6 months or 1 year. I don't know how many of you know that, but a lot of organizations have that rule. If you've applied, selected or not selected, you can't apply for another 6 months in the same organization, right? So I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity because you were that you probably jumped the gun, or because you were too late. Just just uh, probably be careful about this. Be careful about this only when you feel confident, but don't take forever to feel confident. So yeah, be outcome oriented and focused. Quality versus quantity. Yes, quality. Don't wait for 25 projects on your GitHub profile. If you think you've just done enough, start applying. Don't miss chances to apply. Learn from feedback and iterate. Yes. Remember, 4 to 5 failed interviews is so super common. It is extremely common. 4 to 5 failed interviews. So yeah, apply. It's okay. I mean, there will be openings where you don't crack it. It's all right. At least you'll get some good feedback. You'll understand exactly where you stand, and then you can apply accordingly for the next ones. Exemplify end-to-end project experience. Can cover the entire data science life cycle. Yes, and there will always be more to learn. So here are some super quick hacks that can be very helpful. So build a job search strategy. Or when I okay, again, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. How many of you have a job search strategy? If you say yes, I will ask you questions. All right. Okay, great. I do see some of you have a strategy. So, so how are you planning it? So, what do you want to share? Maybe do you want, or maybe we can all uh, pick up pointers from each other. How are you doing it?
Krishna here.
Hi, Krishna.
So I already have about 11 years of experience. I already have about 11 years of experience in IT. So I would just, I mean, I'm already working on some BI and analytics. So I would just have to add data science into it and add some projects, show it as I've been doing it for a few years with data science, ML, because I already have BI. It wouldn't be a problem to
Yeah.
extrapolate, and I can just move on from there to finding jobs. As the confidence is key, that's all. I would say that's the major pointer for any interview or any job. As long as you get the big picture, you can succeed.
Absolutely. So, so guys, I want you guys to understand exactly what Krishna is doing, and I think this is a very smart way of doing it. He is uh, he's drawing common strings. You know, he's pulling the strings that are common between what he has been doing with what he wants to go into. So he's making sure that he's leveraging on his past experience, and he's I would say he's molding that into data science, and so that way transition is going to be super easy for him, even though he has 11 plus years of experience. So yeah, that's a good thing that you're doing, Krishna. I think a lot of us can do that. Some of you are still a student. So what? You want to apply for data science jobs, right? So you have to start planning. You have to get a strategy in place. So I think one good strategy would be to identify, make a list of the kind of organizations you want to join. Make a list of the kind of work you want to do. Identify the kind of business problems you're interested in, you know, if it whether it's a particular domain or a business problem that has probably inspired you to join data sciences. I know some people who you know who looked at a certain kind of data and they were like, oh my god, we can also do this and we can do that, and is there a way to get some insights from this and apply? So if you're that person, then please look for those kind of companies, look for organizations that would want to implement that project or bring life to that project idea that you have. Once you have done that, start identifying which organizations have job openings, what are they really looking for. If you're a student, if you're a fresher, and I'm sure all of us have some time in hand before we make the transition, because we are all pretty new to we are all new in the whole learning phase, right? So so if you are still learning, please make sure that you have made these pointers. That way you'll be able to plan your projects. You'll be able to design or you know, do projects which align with the kind of domain you want to enter. That way when you start interviewing, you'll at least have enough in your hello, you guys cannot hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that really helps. Once you know the kind of domain you want to go into, when you start planning your projects accordingly, this is all part of your job search strategy. That way, when you really go out there, you have all your, I would say, pointers ready. You have all your sixers ready, and one by one you can have them come out and just be like, you know what, I'm ready for job search because I've done the right projects, I have my profiles ready, I have my skills ready, I'm upskilling. All of them would be a good combination. I think Krishna, you want to add something, right? Go ahead.
So, for a fresher perspective, the best thing for you to do is to be really good at code and be confident in your project that you have done. And the most important thing, don't look for money. Many people I notice that they keep asking for what's the salaries, whether they can get high paid jobs, etc. But I would say apply for internships. That way you can switch over to permanent jobs or contract jobs from there, because they can see how talented you are in your internship, show you're motivated, passionate about what you're doing, and you can easily succeed changing that internship into something real.
Yeah, 100%. I think, thanks for bringing that up, Krishna. For freshers, if you look at the industry right now, they are hiring a lot of internships, and majority of times, internships come with a pre-placement offer for data scientists. And if they like your work, if you can show you can do the job, they will convert that into a full-time opportunity after your internship is over. But they do take a couple of months to see whether it's a right fit, right job for you, and if you're the right fit for the opening that they have. So yes, definitely internship. And not just in the initial stage, I think don't go after a lot of, yes, we all have to pay our bills, but if you really go after the job and if you do a good job, money will come to you. uh, I think it's a don't really when you have multiple job offers in your hand, as a learner, I would say always go for the opportunity which is giving you better exposure, which is giving you the domain that you want to enter. You need to really do that. You need to make that choice. You need to pick which organization you want to join according to the work that they offer, according to the role that they offer, not according to the package they offer, unless there's like a massive difference. But even then, I would say go for opportunities that really enhance your skills. Okay, for freshers, choosing an internship is very important. If not possible, at least your ability to show that you have great learning potential. Yes, definitely. I'm so happy the experienced folks here are sharing some of their, pointers. They're really nice. Thanks, guys. Keep that coming. Your resume needs 10% rework each time you apply. I think not just each time you apply. If you are actively applying for opportunities, you need to look at your resume every single morning and see, can I make a tweak? Is there a change I can make? Now, I want to also share a small tip. If you're applying on portals like Naukri and sometimes even LinkedIn, so they have this algorithm at the back end where only when an organization is looking for people that they want to hire, the most recently updated profiles come on the top when they are filtering from that side, from their side. So if you make small changes every day, your profile always comes across as recently updated or recently, recently updated. So that way you always come on top. So that's one hack we learned from a learner, and it actually works. So make sure you are, and don't do it for the sake of it. For your resume, please make sure that your resume is updated with all the skills, all the new projects you're doing, all the new things that you're learning, or all the new certifications you're getting. Make sure you keep updating those. And for Naukri and LinkedIn, yeah, I think you should keep updating them. A follow up, and yes, okay. How many of you have applied for jobs and wondered why they have never responded, and you have no idea what the organization is doing? You have no idea whether they've selected someone for that role, right? So many times. um, unfortunately, the industry is such that they don't, not all of them take time out to inform the candidates whether they have been selected or not, forget about giving feedback. So what really helps here is following up. If after every interview, if you followed up with the HR or if the recruiting manager, if you have been in touch with them, if you've given them a good feedback, that how about how your experience was with the interview, it's all about rapport building. So we have had this one learner who, after every interview, every time he has applied through networking, he has followed up uh, with the management, in the sense the data science team members over there, that I have applied for an opportunity in your organization. Of course, he's not pestered them, he's not gone after that life, but he has definitely made sure that they do know this guy has applied. They would, at least one of them would go up and check, hey, I know that we received a profile from resume or an application from this particular person, are we going to review it or not, things like that. On the other hand, another thing that he does is, after an interview, he would go up and thank the recruiter, the recruiting manager, for organizing it. And that's such a soft skill, right? And it makes such a massive difference whether he gets selected in that round or not. Or a lot of times HRs have come back to him later that we have an opening now, and I think you will be a good match for it. Do you want to apply? you know uh, so that kind of following up, that kind of creating a bond, talking to people, it really really works. Make sure networking, a lot of us apply for jobs through LinkedIn. When you network with people directly, not just easy apply. And so there also following up is very important. After you've appeared for interviews, when you connect with the person who has interviewed you, just nice follow up, that hey, it was great speaking to you earlier today, thank you so much, I would like to stay connected over here, on LinkedIn. So these are small things that make a lot of difference. Yeah, correct. All right, yeah. So that's one thing that you should do. And I know a lot of people have gotten placed because of these small things, and they really go a long way. So don't ignore them. Don't get lazy. Don't be like, okay, come on. I mean, I sit for say 5 interviews. I'm not going to follow up for all 5 of them. Well, they are not going to come back and give you a nice response. They're not going to do that every time. So you are the one who will have to follow up, right? Okay, so attempt mock interviews, yes. Go on Cramp, do peer-to-peer mock interviews, but mock interviews are really, really important. They give you a good reality check of exactly where you stand. They will tell you what kind of changes you need to make to your profiles, what kind of areas you need to work on, and you might actually be surprised at how good you are with things when you sit for a mock interview. So yeah, go for it. Okay, so easy apply versus double apply. I know that LinkedIn has that option of easy apply. I know Naukri has this, Times Jobs has this, Indeed has these, options where you just click on it and they pick up the resume from your repository and send it to the organization. Now, so I've been on the hiring side earlier, and I'm going to give you my experience from LinkedIn Easy Apply. So when I had posted for job openings and we had an easy apply option on, I would get on an average, I would say 160 to 170 applications every day. And I'll tell you how they look like. They look like, so LinkedIn converts every application to a particular format, which is blue and white, right? So on the left side, there's a blue panel and the rest of the page is white. Every information is converted to that format and it comes like a PDF. So every time every time I had to probably look at the resumes, I would just export and I would get a 250 page, 300 page PDF, 300 page of PDF. And it would just have all the resumes back to back. They all look the same, blue and white. And yeah, I would just have to scroll. So believe me, there were moments where I didn't realize that, okay, I'm reading Swami's resume and I moved on to Dilip's resume and then I moved on to Rahul's resume. I don't even realize while I'm doing this, I've probably skipped another Rohan's resume probably, because they all look the same. It looks exactly the same. And it's a big pool that you enter with easy apply. Chances of you not getting even 10 seconds of FaceTime with the recruiter is very, very high. Not getting even 10 seconds. That's how bad easy apply is. Believe me, easy apply just helps make sure that your resume has entered a big pool, which may or may not be where, you know, your resume may or may not get picked from that big pool. So what do you do here? When you know an organization has an opening, you go to that organization's career pages and apply over there. You find out who the HR recruiter is. Connect with them. Don't connect with them saying, "Oh, I'm looking for a job. Please look at my profile." No, we've spoken about this in our LinkedIn session. For the ones who haven't attended the LinkedIn session, it will happen for you. You don't go and just write a random message. You politely connect with them, and then you probably look for their email ID. Once you have their email ID, you share email your resume, your application with a good cover letter. That's what you do, right? So this really helps. So you email them, you connect with them directly. You also apply for jobs on their career pages. And when you apply and if it's not quick apply, if it's not easy apply, then you still have chances, but don't wait for it. Double application always helps. Think about it. No? If you are the recruiter and say you are going through that 300-page PDF that I spoke about, and you look at Kritika, right? And you have also received an email from Kritika, even if it's come on your organization's info@companyname.com, even if it's come on that email ID, you've seen Kritika's name twice, right? Immediately it will ring a bell, right? It's just reinforcing your name. So
Kritika, your voice is breaking.
I'm so sorry. I'm so close to the laptop. Is it really bad?
No, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah, it's still the voice is breaking.
Okay, okay, so I know Krishna is not facing that, but Vijay is facing that. Others, can I get a quick response here? It's clear, it's fine. All right, great. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. So I was talking about double application. Yeah. So it's all about reinforcing your profile multiple times. It's all about making sure you get to at least reach that table. You know, even if you're on top of the table, that's fine. You'll get some opportunity for them to go through your profile. That's all we're looking at, right? So make sure you do that. Make sure you also so when it comes to double application, there's while we're talking about reinforcement, uh, I know this is not a topic for today, but a lot of us don't put a profile picture on LinkedIn, but we know that we all have to be active on LinkedIn. If you, by any chance, if you have a profile pictured on any of these hiring portals, and you also have a profile, you also have a picture on a resume, try to keep all of them constant. I'm a psychologist, right? So I'm telling you what it does is it just reinforces your image in their mind. So when they finally meet you, or when they finally talk to you on a video call, or when they meet you face to face, it feels like they already know you, because you have nothing to hide and you have the same face everywhere, right? So that's again one quick tip. It really helps. And yeah, so that was that. But double application is very important. And along with and you know what, after double application, this follow up and retrospect actually becomes easier. It becomes much easier because you have connected with them one-on-one. If it's easy application all the time, how will you connect with them? How will you go and tell them, oh, I applied via Naukri? And they'll be like, okay, yeah, you are one of 500 people who have applied. But if you have directly applied, you can, if it's an email, then you can follow up on the same email chain. If it's on LinkedIn, then you can follow up via LinkedIn. So, that you have to be smart about these things also when you're applying. So if you thought that only learning coding and statistics, if that was the hard part, well, job application is also, it takes a lot of effort and, thought process. It takes a lot of planning and strategy. So start making a strategy. And I'm here if you have any questions. Interview preparation is important. You really need to go through repositories of kind of questions are asked to learners. You need to really know, you need to start really preparing for it. You have to be confident. I think Krishna brought that up earlier today. You have to be extremely confident about yourself. You need to, again, we all know that you will not know all these skills when you apply for an opening. When you even join a different company, you will not have all these skills. I'm telling you, I can guarantee you will never have 100% skills. But you need to have that confidence that, you know what, I can learn on the job. I will learn a lot of it. I'm ready to learn. I'm flexible. I'm agile that way. So with whatever I do know, I want to give it my best shot. So that is extremely important. Please prepare yourself for interviews. Be ready to, face some kind of rejection. Do a lot of mock interviews. You guys are here. You all can connect with each other. Do mock interviews. I mean, it's for the common good. It will really help. Build a job search strategy, as we were talking about. Set up weekly targets. Apply for 10 jobs. No, I will not say 10 jobs a week. I will say 10 jobs every day. Apply for 10 jobs. Okay, not every day, alternate days. Make this a target for yourself. When you start applying for opportunities, make it 10 jobs every alternate day. Create a laundry list of, for the things that you need. Your resume, your cover letter, your GitHub has to be updated. Keep your templates ready for applying. If you have multiple openings and you know that you have to have multiple resume versions, and make sure you label them right. We are not going to go into resumes in detail, but guys, your resume cannot be 001156 underscore topresume.com underscore kritika underscore data s. Don't, please, it's your resume. Label it right. Put in the right words. It should ideally be, I'm going to give my example. It should be Kritika Agarwal underscore data science underscore resume. You know what the file is, for what role you are applying, and what your name is. That is it. Imagine if an HR suddenly realizes, yeah, I remember looking at a Kritika's profile. I think I should probably pull that out. And then she cannot find it because it has so many numericals on it and it does not have my name written right. How sad would that be? So please have your file names, they should be very clean and properly worded, I would say. Yeah. Cover letter is also a very important thing. You need to have a good cover letter. It's not difficult, which is why we don't have a pure session on it. If you want, I can share some material with you guys later. But cover letter it's a good to have, especially when you start emailing them directly. Your email body, it acts as a cover letter sometimes. So have that ready. Have a list of the target companies, track your job search activities, track what's happening, follow up when required, retrospect and learn. Yep, absolutely. So I've spoken about how your resume needs 10% rework. Build. Would you recommend any good? Okay, so I think some of you would want to know about resume writing. I know that Mayuresh had shared something with you guys. I will check with him. It's a very good website that he has shared for resume. I'll share that with Vijay and he can probably share that collateral. Yes, flowcv.io. Thank you so much, Harshil. That was quick. Flowcv.io is a good platform for you to get a resume. Yeah. But again, the content has to go from you. So you need to have your Excel sheet ready and then pick the information from there and put it in whichever template you want. Right? Your resume has to be bot friendly. Make sure that you put related keywords on the resume. Don't put every keyword on earth and make a 5-page resume. So be careful about that, because the bot might just help shortlist, but after that, it's going to be humans who are going to go through your resume. Before you apply for any job, optimize your resume based on the requirement. I mean, I think that's pretty evident. That's something all of us have to do. You should be through, okay. Confidence. Now, confidence, we've been talking about confidence when we go and sit for the interview. You feel confident. When you're applying, you should feel confident. What about your resume? I know, okay, I'm sharing a little bit of self-disclosure here. There was this one time, one of our learners, I wanted to run a mock interview for this particular learner because he had been applying for a lot of opportunities, and he gave his resume, which had some background design sort of a thing, I would say. And all I did was I just asked that why do you have this why do you have these waves in the background, right? Why do you have waves in the background? Why are there arrows? I mean, I just wanted to understand his presence of mind. He yanked the resume out of my hand and he left. And I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who cannot answer such questions, and hiring partners will. There will be a hiring partner who will probably ask you, why is there a crease on your resume if it's a face-to-face interview. Usually everything has become digital nowadays, but they might actually ask you, why have you chosen this particular color. They're just trying to grill you. They just want, this is just a pressure test. They want to see how quick you are on your feet with an answer, your presence of mind. They're just trying to see how much you can, you can respond to these things. So be confident. Remember, your resume, your LinkedIn, your GitHub, they are a reflection of who you are professionally. So you should be able to own it completely. You really need to be confident about each of these collaterals when you start applying for a job. Is it necessary that the resume should fit in a page? Yes. Yagna, yes. It should. Yeah, unless you're Elon Musk, you should not have a really long resume. And I don't think Elon Musk has a resume. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna use this. All right. So unless you have a hell lot of experience and you've done a lot of things in this world, there's no reason why your resume should be longer than one and a half pages. I know people who have 12, 13 years of experience, and they were like, I have an 11-page resume. What do I do? How do I bring it down? And they have brought it down to 1.5 pages. You just need to pick, uh, pick the right information. For freshers, 1 page. Honestly, Yagna, you're saying 2 pages, but I feel for someone who has less than 5 years of experience, it can be 1 page. Does not have to go to 2 pages. Only if you have more than 5 years of experience and 5 years of very unique experience, that is multiple openings and multiple things that you've done, then 2 pages, but 1 page is ideal. Okay, follow up and retrospect. Yes, I think we've spoken immensely about that already. Now, be your own critique after every interview. Make a list of what went well and what could have been better. What are some things that you could not answer? And make sure you go back and look it up. A list of questions that you were asked, and prepare action items for the improvements and learnings. Always, always do that. Another thing, guys, so another thing that I've learned from a learners, we learn a lot from our learners. What he would do is he would make a list of questions he might get asked in an interview. I love that. So what he does is he after every interview he would make a list of questions he was asked around his own project, his profiles, and in the next interview he would add some more questions to that. He would prepare answers for all of those questions, and he would know that he would at least be better prepared. He would know what to expect. So that way he's not as surprised in an interview as he would have been earlier. Of course, this makes you cautious. It does. You never, I would say that you're never too cautious about things, right? So collecting questions really, really helps. Make sure you do that. Be prepared for interviews well, and every interview experience is gonna add more knowledge to your bucket. So it's always a win-win, I think, right? Even if you don't take that opportunity up. Mock interviews, yes. You guys know about Pram. Please look it up. It's really good. On the other hand, peer-to-peer mock interviews also help. So Pram also is more of peer-to-peer mock interviews, right? So make sure you try that. Go look up their website. It's free. You will be paired with another person who's looking to get interviewed somewhere around this world. So if you make an appointment, make sure you don't cancel it. Make sure you don't not turn up. But sitting for mock interviews through Pram, it's amazing. It's a beautiful tool. I think it's doing a great job helping people prepare for interviews. So do that. Yeah. We've spoken about easy apply and double apply. So you guys will have access to this deck, right? It's already uploaded in the folder that is shared with you guys. So do you have, yes, okay. Interview prep also, I think we've spoken about this end to end. If you have any questions, guys, ask. Yes, all your questions, bring it up. Okay. I'm assuming there aren't many questions. So today's session, I told you, right, that this was a very practical oriented question, thing today, because I know that there are a lot of misconceptions. And while you people are, building your own job search strategy, I want you people to be more clear about what's happening in the industry. And that's why we had this session. How do we know when to apply for a job after you join Gratum? Okay, good. Very good question. I think when you feel you can work on a project and be able to present it end to end, when you think you can do at least 2 of those, I think that is when you know that you're ready for this, because that simply means that you have all the right skills that's required, right? Your concepts are clean. I have a gap of 4 years due to civil services preparation. Should I apply as a fresher? Rohit, yes, I think you will be applying for a fresher. But don't let this gap of 4 years bother you, okay? I know, I'm sure this must be like pestering you in your mind. Don't let that bother you. If you build the right skills, no one will care about those 4 years. How to handle rejection in a more positive way? Okay. Well, rejection itself sounds like a negative word. Why are you saying rejection? How to handle it in a more positive way? Well, you've learned so much from that experience. I'm sure I told you, right? Every experience is a win-win, and it simply means that you have something better out there. I mean, think about it, guys. It's a big word. Sometimes, okay, I am based out of Mumbai right now. Some moral science coming in here, guys, some philosophy. I stay in Mumbai right now. There are days where I feel, okay, I can't, in terms of work, in terms of, even when I look at my learners, sometimes, when the job search gets hard and I get worried as, what is going to happen to my learners. I want them to get good opportunities. So all I do is I stand on the window and I look out, and there's so many buildings I see, and I say, okay, this is just a small part of such a big city. Imagine how big the whole world is. And am I telling myself that our learners who are brilliant with what they do, who are so driven, they don't have an opportunity to work in such a big world? I'm sure there are like 20 opportunities open for them today. So it's okay if one thing didn't work out. I'm sure there's going to be so much more for them. And believe me, it's true. It's really like that. It's a huge world. So many opportunities for each of you. It almost excites me to know that there's so much for you guys out there. 10 plus years experience. Do recruiters look for real-time DS projects experience or just GitHub repo? Work on real data. So if you have a lot of experience and you don't have data science experience and you want to show good experience, look at real data, and a lot of repositories available for real data. Even I think AWS has a good repo, data at Gov is a good repo. There are a lot of real data available out there. Look at those, make projects out of those. Okay, I think that's it. We do offer one-on-one mentoring sessions for data science careers. I think each of you get access to 1 or 2 sessions with me. So yeah, you can make a booking. I know some of you have already reached out to me, but I would just suggest that sit for these coaching sessions with me only when you have moved a certain amount in your course, when you think you know when you're very close to applying for jobs, because you get only 1 or 2 chances to talk to me, right? Or a mentor, if not me, a different coach maybe. I don't want you to use that up with me telling you some very basic things, that go at least prepare these collaterals. If you focus on my sessions, on my webinars, right, I give a lot of material in the webinars itself. So once you've worked on those, and then when you connect with me, then we can quickly review what you have done, right? We can review the resume, we can review your LinkedIn, we can review all the collateral, we can see how far you've come, what else can be done next. So it's a more engaging and a more useful, like you'll be able to make better use of a session with me one-on-one when you have done all of that. So make sure you've done all of those before you book a session with me. It's just, I don't want you to miss out on a good opportunity. That's all. I just want you to be able to make the most out of it. I hope that makes sense. It doesn't mean I don't want to talk, guys. I really want to talk to you guys. I just want to make sure that, it's super useful for y'all. How to deal with imposter syndrome. What's an imposter syndrome? Don't remember that 8 in the morning. Let me quickly look that up. What's an imposter syndrome, Deep? Oh, okay. Of course. Of course. So imposter system is when you doubt yourself and, right, you doubt yourself with your abilities, and you feel that whatever has worked with you so far was probably because of luck, but you're actually a fraud, that kind of a thinking, I think. So why do you have such thoughts, Deep? No, you have not succeeded because of luck. Come on, maybe once, but not all your life, right? And if it has been that way, never mind. It's time you change it. You probably need to back it with some good skills that you have and change that thought that you have for yourself. I'm sure the world feels differently. This is turning out to be a psychological session, guys. Any other question? Go ahead, ask. I'm here. All right. I don't think we have many questions coming. I hope you guys had fun, yeah? Yes. I think somebody wants me to wait. Okay, I'm here for any more questions.
Any freshers want any help as well? You can reach out to the experienced folks. We're always glad to help.
That is so sweet. Thank you so much, Krishna. Very sweet. That is very nice. It's amazing, Okay, so I have to bring this up. At Grey Atom, we always believe in community support. And, LinkedIn is something that grew out of the whole concept of community. And at Grey Atom, we call it the Grey Atom Learner Universe. And I think all of you have joined that universe now. So I think it's imperative for us to really stand for each other and really help out wherever we can, which is why I said, even if it's mock interviews, do it with each other, guys. You know the courses, you know what you're learning, so you will be able to grill each other really, really well. And even if you're grilling each other, it's all right? It's all right, because you're batchmates probably. So yeah, I really think the community concept is strong here. I loved how Krishna offered that. I'm sure the experienced folks, guys, we are all here. And you don't have to book sessions all the time. Sometimes you can just reach out to us on LinkedIn. If you have any questions, reach out, ask, connect with each other, endorse each other, do that. This is how you leverage on community and you can help each other out. Useful session. Thank you so much. All right. In resume, it have mentioned only projects in the first page? We're talking about having only one page, so everything has to happen on one page. I've been learning data science for 3 years now, but I'm still not sure if I'll thrive in this era because I graduated from Manpreet. We should connect. Non-IT, big deal. 3 years you've been learning data science. That's a long time. I'm sure your skills are getting stronger by the day. So you will succeed. You will succeed. I think I think imposter syndrome is coming in over here as well.
Don't undermine your abilities and your capabilities. I'm sure. Come on, 3 years. You've been dedicated, Manpreet. There's no reason for you to not apply. And non-coding background, coding background does not matter. What matters is whether you know this right now or not. And you know this, right? You've been learning. All right. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. In India, it's 9. I'm going to let you guys go have fun. It's a Sunday. Stay safe. Please take good care of yourself. I want to hear only good things about your health. And yeah, all right. All right. Stay safe, guys. Please take care. See you again next Sunday. I think next Sunday, your mentor is again me. So I'll see you guys. I want some more interaction. I want you guys to ask more questions. I want you guys to talk more. And also probably we can, after the session, we can have a quick discussion on what we have, what's set for our Sunday plans. It's raining here in Mumbai. It's gorgeous. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Those are very sweet things to say. Thank you so much. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.